tem mais... Nossa. Tem mais um na mesa de leitura, tem um na masmorra da mid. Vamos fazendo, vamos fazendo. A ideia é que a gente faça todas as missões secundárias mesmo. Vamos ver, nem sei se dá troféu, falar a verdade. Acho que dá, né, mas... Ó, tio Byron. 3 é demais.
Clive, my boy. Rutherford informs me that we owe you our thanks. Hadn't intended for you to get involved, but such are the times.
Será que ele vai se unir ao grupo?
Huh?
I would have done the same for anyone else.
You're far too modest, Clive. You'd make a terrible nobleman. But tell me, is the realm truly in as dire a state as Rutherford suggests?
From what little I saw, you were right to be worried.
I suppose I should have expected the worst. But I was rather hoping the great and good of the realm might have things a little more under control. Alas, it seems that firm leadership is in short supply these days, and without it, the people are bound to lose their way. We must move quickly.
But where do we start?
True, the challenges that face us are many. But in my estimation, there are 2 key areas to be addressed before any other. The realm's armies and her larders. As you've seen firsthand, it's every man and woman for themselves out there. Certain cities have banded together to try and maintain some semblance of order, yes? But such cases are few and far between. And yet, the only remedy for the chaos that faces us is unity. A unity that transcends even the borders laid down by our ancestors. In short, if Storm does not stand together, she will fall apart.
But how would one even begin to unite the realm?
The armies, my boy. As I told you already, we begin by restoring order among the ranks of those sworn to maintain it. Sadly, I doubt I could convince even the lowliest gaggle of privates to dig a latrine together. But I do know someone the High Commanders have been known to listen to on occasion. Field Marshal Eugen Havel.
I thought he was retired.
He was, until an Akashic army tore through Randalar and killed most of the rank and file. There is no man alive more capable. Literally. And as luck would have it, I've already spoken with him on the
E aí,
matter.
o que ele disse?
Of course you have.
And he's agreed to help.
Ah,
On one condition. That he first speaks
Eugen.
with you personally.
o nome do cara, já esqueci.
Havel has always been a man of frustrating.
Marechal Eugen alguma coisa.
And he has certain qualms about clasping arms with, well, with an outlaw. I extolled your many virtues as best I could, of course, but the old goat was adamant that he be allowed to appraise you in person.
Tá bom.
You don't mind, do you, my boy?
Não, bora lá. Se é o que você deseja.
Of course not. As long as chaos reigns, we will
Não
never
vê esse
build a
cara.
better world. I'll do whatever it takes. And if the Field Marshal wishes to speak with me in person, then so be it.
That's the spirit.
I'll leave for Randalar at once. Would you send a Stolas?
Of course. Rutherford is already in the Dalmekian capital. I'll have him tell Havel to expect you forthwith.
Excellent.
Excelente.
Thank you, Uncle.
No, thank you, Clive.
Vamos lá. Ah, tá aqui. Dublado. Onde ele tá? Ó. Aí sim.
Do you see that too?
Papa? What is it? Oh, please, just make it stop. I'm scared.
Agora o Joshua tá comigo em todas as missões, até a hora que a gente for pra origem.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
E a hora que a gente foi pro esconderijo, eu dei uma olhadinha no mapa, né? E não tinha mais nenhum daqueles bichos ranqueados ainda. Quando surgir, a gente vai atrás. Eu já tinha vindo nesse lugar? Eita.
Turncoats and cowards, the lot of you!
Ravel.
If it's a fight you want, it's a fight you shall have!
Allow me.
I don't need your...
Please, Field Marshal.
Ele não sabe quem sou eu.
This won't take long.
Eu sou o sobrinho do tio lá.
You're right. It won't. Men, finish him.
Tá. Já vai todo mundo já. Ó. Foi. 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 Tranquilo. Inimigos derrotados. Estamos quase nos 6.000 ali, hein? Belicita, cinzas mágicas, moeda de Goblin.
A little longer than I'd have liked.
Falando nisso, a gente deve ter muito dos tesourinhos pra vender, né? Que só vale guil, né? Há muito tempo que eu não vendo eles.
Field Marshal
Então,
Havel, I
100
presume.
cada.
Are either of you injured?
No, my lord. You arrived just as our escort turned on us.
Fucking traitors. I'd heard reports of soldiers in the outlying regions abandoning the oaths they swore. But I hadn't thought the corruption had reached so close to the heart of the Republic. It's a fucking disgrace. Your interfering old bastard of an uncle tried to warn me, of course. My lord Marquis. Or is Sid the Outlaw more to your liking?
Call me what you want. It doesn't change who I am, or the urgency of the message I bring. My uncle has a plan to right the realm, and he needs your help to see it through.
Before I agree to anything, I'd have you answer one question.
Eu pensei que ele ia falar, enfrente-me em
What do you
batalha.
stand to gain from all this?
I won't deny
Nada
that I
além do
might
que
benefit
itens
from
e dinheiro.
further chaos. But I seek a new beginning for all of us. And while the choices I've made may not always have been the right ones, I know I made them for the right reasons. For so long, so many of us have been told how we could live, how we could die, when it should have been our decision all along. Now we have a chance to put things right. But in order to take it, we must stand together. Even if it be beside those with whom we don't see eye to eye.
Certainly not the words I expected from an outlaw. But perhaps your uncle was right. You are no ordinary outlaw. I'll never hear the end of this. All right. I'll start by ordering my most trusted guard to bring the Dalmekian fringes under control. Next, I'll make contact with my counterparts in the Imperial Army and see if I can't convince them to try and restore order in their own territory.
Thank you, Field Marshal.
But they are not the only ones we will need to convince.
What do you mean?
I don't doubt that I can bully some sense into a few generals. But those they answer to require a different kind of persuasion. And when it comes to honeyed words,
Tá.
We will need an envoy. One who can court even the most stubborn of statesmen. You, perhaps.
I'm flattered. But I'm no diplomat either. And I have other problems to attend to. What we need is a skilled arbitrator. And I may know just the person.
Quem?
Is that so? And would he happen to be an outlaw too?
Of a different kind, perhaps.
Beggars can't be choosers.
De quem será que ele tá
I
falando?
suppose we'll all have to find a little of the outlaw in ourselves if we're to make it through this. Very well.
Deve ser o Gavi, né?
Send your man to me right away.
I shall.
Deve ser o Gavi.
My Lord Marquis. Your Lord Uncle bade me escort the Field Marshal to his manor in Port Isolde.
And I will see that my associate joins you there.
Very good, my lord.
An envoy. I'm not sure I'm the man to talk anyone round. I can barely convince my brother to take his medicine. No. This is a job for someone with experience. Someone like Quinton.
Quinton?
I hope I can convince him at least.
Fale com Quinton em Fardos de Gautland. Vamos falar com ele. Tá aqui, ó. Na ala perdida. Mas ele tá sozinho nessa vila aqui? Não. Ele tá pra cá. Deixa eu ver se eu tô indo na direção certa. Tô. Estamos chegando. Ah, ele aqui.
Quinton, I have a proposal for you.
Do you now? Something tells me you'll be asking more of me than a cask of Gotand gold. Go on then. Propose.
Preciso do seu poder de persuasão.
You'd have me convince the chiefs and chamberlains of the realm that they should simply swallow their pride and do the one thing that has proved impossible for thousands of years. Was there anything else? Perhaps I can fetch you a meat pie
Talvez
as
queira uma
well.
torta de carne para
I know
acompanhar.
it's a lot to ask, but I can think of none better suited to the role.
And you'd have me give up what little I have left to do it. I told you, Clive. The people of Lostwing are my family, and I cannot
Então não vai ser ele.
abandon them. You'll have to find someone else.
Tá bom.
I'm sorry to hear that.
So am I.
And why might that be?
What he's asking. How's it any different to what you've done so far? They want you to speak for those who can't speak for themselves. That's what you do best. If it's the vineyard you're worried about, we'll see that the grapes are picked and the tons filled. You know we will.
It's not that.
Then what is it? You said yourself we're family. Don't you trust us?
You know that's not what I'm...
Then what are you saying? That only we are worth saving? Why turn your back on everyone else? You convinced us we could build new lives for ourselves.
Caramba, que lição, hein? O portador tá dando você, hein?
A
Agora ele vai.
stirring argument.
I fear that any rejoinder I make might fall somewhat flat by comparison.
So you'll join us?
Where do you need me?
Aê!
Field Marshal Havel will want to speak with you in person. He's currently in Port Isolde. I can arrange for a party of Cursebreakers to accompany you there.
That would be very much appreciated. I hear the roads are far from safe these days.
Hopefully not for long.
Tá.
My uncle will want to know that his plan...
Volte para o esconderijo e fale com
Take
Byron.
shape.
Uma coisa. Beleza. Ah, ele tá aqui.
Uncle, I bring good news. The Field Marshal has agreed to your plan.
Ha! Of course he has. I didn't doubt you for a moment, dear boy.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there. As will one other.
One other? Who, exactly?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing those with political power. He asked if I might have a solution, and I suggested a certain Imperial Lord Magistrate turned Liberator.
One of your co-conspirators?
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his, but yes.
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten politicos in their places.
É
Thinking,
nóis.
Clive?
I'm glad you approve.
The more the merrier, eh?
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward Rockford from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle axe was so pleased. She had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit.
Rush the fellas.
I'm happy to hear it.
Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
Tá. Mansão Rossfield.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen, perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from
Ingrão,
here
que
to
significa?
Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. Ah, but I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption.
Ele é bom.
Two such firm
Ele é
friends
bom.
as yourselves
A
need
lábia
no
dele é boa.
help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Acho que a gente chamou o cara certo.
Friends? I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine,
Upstanding
Oh,
young
aí sim,
gentleman.
obrigado.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Tri-Unity.
Por isso que o nome da missão é 3 é demais. 3 é demais.
Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall,
Sir Crandall.
and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
Também vai pro mural?
Thank you, Uncle.
Missão concluída. Eu ganhei o Pacto da Tríade. Que sim, vai nos aposentos do Clive. E eu ganhei o Alento da Escuridão. Diminui o tempo de recarga de nuvem celeste em 2,5 segundos. Tá, vamos subir.
What do you think that thing is?
Vamos lá, tem mais uma missão aqui. Que é o Gav.
You alright?
Penas de passado e futuro.
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Etta's baby will be coming soon and I wanted to make something for it.
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. Yeah, let the little tykes know they were welcome in their new homes like.
So, what's the problem?
Now, the problem is that Etta's due any day now. And I don't know if I'll be ready in time.
Fala o que você quer que eu vou buscar. Sim.
Is there anything I can do to help?
You know, there just might be.
Alright then. What exactly are we making?
A good luck charm. But not just any good luck charm.
Not just any.
Amuleto de boa
No.
sorte.
One made from the feather of
Whoa.
a silver chocobo.
Pena de
There's
chocobo
not
prateado.
lucky in all the
Prateado,
realm,
né?
or so we used to say back home anyway. Thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their suppliers, but nothing. I try and track one down myself, only...
Only the big day is fast approaching. And that's all you need. A feather.
That or the bird whose oar sits attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with traveling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first
Então a
port
gente
of
vai
call.
enfrentar um chocobo
I'll let you know if I
prateado.
find anything.
You're a good friend, Clive. I won't forget this.
Ok, vamos lá. Lá no repouso de Marta.
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav
Coloca o
needs.
carinha aqui mesmo. Caixeiro viajante.
Excuse me. I'm looking for something.
Oh, well, then I'm your man.
A silver chocobo feather.
Oh, or maybe not.
Ou
Though
talvez
you're
não.
not the first to mention the bird around here. There was a man stopped by the rest not long ago claiming he was attacked by a silver chocobo near some gutted hovel not far from Eastpool.
Lago Leste, tá.
Most took him for a braggart and a liar, but who knows? Perhaps there was some truth to his tale.
We'll see. Thank you.
Tirando o tênis aqui, só um minutinho. Tem que falar com mais comerciantes aqui. Você é comerciante, por que você não tá com um negocinho? Tem que falar com você? Não, né? Você é só comprar.
Thanks very much.
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
E aí, Netão? Zum, 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 por capoeira matar um. Zum, zum, zum. Deixa eu ver com quem que eu tenho que falar. Eu já falei com um, que é o cara do Chocobo. Aqui tem mais uma pessoa.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone. Or perhaps a bawdy etching of the Viceroy.
Oh.
Maybe another time.
É.
I'm looking for a silver chocobo feather.
If that's the case, rumours are all you're likely to find. No one has seen a silver chocobo for years. Word is they were all hunted for their feathers. Some northern nonsense about bringing good luck. Didn't bring them
isso,
much,
véi?
nor their bows.
Ele...
If any are still out there, I reckon they'll be doing their damnedest not to be discovered.
You're probably right. Thank you anyway.
Mais um. Preciso achar mais um.
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes.
Eu vou mandar aqui pelo povo.
Just 'cause the heavens have gone to reckon round.
Descer mais pro outro lado ali.
We've got a few rooms going spare now. Oh, this guy can fuck right off.
Não. Vamos encontrá-lo. Pra cá.
Look, Daddy. Shining so bright.
Whoever's idea it was to take those bearers away.
Vamos ver onde está esse comerciante. Ali.
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, not fancies. But if it's fancies you're after, I suggest you try Rhiannon's ride.
Trilha de Rhiannon.
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes. If you believe the ravens of a madman.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Ele mandou a cal, né?
A silver chocobo sighted in the hill.
Ah, pelo Lago Leste é mais fácil. Bora! Bora! Zum, Zoom, zoom.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Saia.
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. Thanks, girl.
São daqueles bichos ali. Pera aí. Procure a cabana abandonada na trilha de Rhiannon. Não, não são daqueles bichos. Creio que... Pera aí. Ah, tem uma trilha aqui. Ah, a cabana tá ali, ó. Ah.
More tracks. And these look fresh.
Eu achando que era um dos ranqueados, mas não é não.
Here. And recently. Perhaps it still is.
Pegar aqui o item e vamos entrar. Vamos ver qual é.
I don't hear anything.
Ah, uma pena só. Então a gente não vai ver o chocobo prateado? Só a pena dele.
Well, I'll be damned.
Ah, opa. O Ark. O Ark pra você também. Uia. Tá aí. Tem dois ainda. Vocês estão bom?
It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds.
Antes que eles mudem de ideia. Vamos lá. Pena do chocobo prateado. Eu vou ver pra ele então. Tem uma quedinha de quadros. Nem sei que hora que foi. Deixa eu dar uma olhada. Não.
It was
Gav.
no trouble at...
Clive, you're back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
É uma pena que dá boa sorte.
Crystals crack. Is this what I think it is? Where in the hell did you find it?
It's a long story.
Tem muito mais de onde veio esse.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long, even if you hadn't have turned up. They'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
Hey.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Finalmente.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go.
Vamos ver o que ele fez. Ui, habilidoso ele. Legal.
What do you think?
Achei que ficou da
I
hora.
think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I?
É.
I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Fale com Eda. Vamos dar uma olhada aqui só pra gente confirmar o negócio. Todos derrotados por enquanto. Vai ter mais 2 que ainda não tá aqui. E os 2 são rank A.
Ah, me lords.
How are you feeling?
Well, thank you. Is something wrong?
Wrong? No, nothing like that. What it is,
Go on, please. It's beautiful. Did you make it?
Sim.
We did. It's from all of us here at the Hideaway.
Ele
Your
quer
new
impressionar
family,
ela.
like. It's a good luck charm. We may come up north when a band's on the way. I mean a baby. To let him know that they're part of the family too. Oh, I hope you like it.
I don't know what to say. I thank you, my lords, for everything.
If there's anything you need, just let us know.
I will.
Clive, fancy a swift off? I'm thirsty.
Oh, bora.
I could be convinced.
Eu aceito. Caramba, mandou, hein? Isso aí você não bebe assim.
Oh, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. Me being the runt of the
Obedecendo as ordens
litter.
dele.
Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be
Mas
like
nenhuma
you,
autoconfiança ele
or
tem, né?
Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Até o Torgo.
You finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are, after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Tá dropando o quadro.
Your brother.
Por um momento deu uma dropada nos quadros.
When the time
Aí
comes,
voltou ao normal.
I get your room. And your sword.
Olha como é que tá aqui.
I may have had one too many.
Tá de boa.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Gotta get back to work anyway. After I walk this off.
Vai tomar banho frio, vai.
Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for, you know.
I know.
Uhum. Penas de passado e futuro. Ganhei um hidromel de inverno que também vai para os aposentos de Clive. Eu acho que essas missões finais aqui é justamente pra gente juntar os souvenirs, hein? Bom também. Qual que a gente faz? Faz da mid ou faz ali do... da mesa de leitura, mais perto. Vamos lá. Vamos dar uma olhadinha nos souvenirs então que a gente conseguiu com as missões por enquanto. A gente tem um aqui. O elmo de batalha enferrujado. Tá aí. O pacto da tríade. O gorro de acadêmica. E o hidromel de inverno. Olha aí. Da hora. Aos poucos a gente vai completando. Acho que a gente tem que completar o mural todo. A tríade. Reunir 3 homens de diferentes origens não seria algo difícil. No entanto, nos reunimos por uma valistéia melhor. A tríade foi apenas o primeiro passo. Uma jornada mais longa e amarga espera por todos nós, uma que quase certamente terminará em dificuldades. No entanto, o que mais importa não é o destino, mas o que podemos aprender uns com os outros enquanto estamos na estrada. Você abriu esse caminho para nós com sua coragem, Clive. Agora devemos ter a coragem de percorrê-lo. Seu amado tio, Byron. Você se lembra do que me disse naquela noite no Portal da Fênix? Quando o destino de Rosária depender de mim, o destino do dominante dependerá de você. Mas nós não somos os dominantes do fogo? A chama de nossos antepassados não queima em nossos corações? Não devo protegê-lo como você me protegeu? Você escolheu ser meu escudo, agora me deixa escolher ser o seu. Não é o que nosso pai queria? O que Sid queria? Abrir mão do destino e criar nosso próprio caminho? Conceda-me isso, Clive. Deixe-me ser sua força, Joshua. Da hora. Vamos aqui inteira novamente. Clive, me parece que uma única palavra de agradecimento não basta para expressar a minha gratidão por me reunir com a distância. O Tomo fez de mim quem sou hoje e ainda assim pensei que nunca mais deveria vê-lo novamente. Que aqueles que o tiraram de mim haviam roubado uma parte de mim para sempre. Mas agora me sinto completa novamente graças a você. Sinto muito pelo fato de só preencher vazios do conhecimento e não os da sua alma. Estarei sempre em dívida com você por isso. A Vivian. Ok. Preocupação com Jill. Apesar de Aikon ter causado grande sofrimento a ela, a perda de Shiva pesa muito em seu coração. E seríamos péssimos amigos se não tentássemos aliviar esse fardo, mesmo que um pouco antes de partirmos para o céu. Podemos discutir mais sobre isso a sós. Joshua, sim.
If Joshua was worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Inestimável. Vamos ver. Será que a gente vai receber algum souvenir da Jill também? Vamos aqui, ó. Fale.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different. I don't think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. We still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove.
Difícil ver o Clive rir desse jeito, hein?
It was the Lord Commander who finally found us.
Isso não foi a primeira vez.
He was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Colina da Man.
True. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Vamos. A colina de Man. Aqui. Penhasco do Canto do Falcão. Ué, tá seco.
This is the place, but
I'm sorry, Clive.
Has nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard? To the hideaway, then.
Aonde? Volte ao esconderijo e visite o quintal. Tá. Deixa eu dar uma olhada. Ok.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Say what you will. Maybe Karen has seen There should time.
Opa, Frederica, botânica.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
Frederica.
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps?
Já tivemos lá.
Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the Royal Meadows in Decemberek.
Os prados reais, tá?
The fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept the record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilafeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
Vamos lá. Aqui, ó.
A fortress? The garrison is threatening to pull their sentries from the markets if we don't cooperate.
Caramba. Entrar aqui e sair pela lateral. Ó. Ali, ó.
Saw the captain just now.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Have care.
Sai, sai, sai.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Pera aí, a gente vai ter que dar a volta. O quê? Ah, aparição. A gente quer estar por aqui. São margaridas. Nossa, esse lugar foi tomado pelo éter. Não vai ter margarida aqui. Ali. Tá bom. Já que insistem.
I do. Flowers. Our friends. Nice try.
Aê. Pronto. Dê nossas margaridas. Tem mais... Ah.
What do you sea boy.
Touro.
Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one
Pera aí.
way to find out.
Touro de Olafaz. Volte aqui. Vai. Esse eu tomei.
Nice try. That's better.
Não. Fazendo hora extra, touro. Aí. Juba de Minotauro e outros materiais.
That was harder than I expected.
Tá dando umas travadas loucas de... Tá perdendo o quadro ali.
But found her. It was worth it. They're beautiful.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them. Come on.
Vamos levar pra ela.
Let's go.
Margaridas. Margaridas da neve, né? Porque ela é de gelo, né?
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies.
Não, senhor.
We wouldn't want another
O senhor
thunderstorm
vai me
now, would we?
acompanhar até a hora que nós for lá no cristal. Foi isso que o jogo disse. Como assim? Vamos entregar pra Gil. Ela tá lá na sacada. Volto pro esconderijo e falei com o Gil. Desvio! Ah, cadê?
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is?
Flores.
And where might this something be?
It's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
Oriflame? Não era das flores? Ah, tá. Eles não levaram, eles não colheram as flores. Eles deixaram ali.
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me.
Sim.
I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything.
Flores para uma flor.
The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget?
Dá um target kick nela.
You saw me crying and
Coitada,
thought a
não.
change of scenery
Ela é
might lift my
boazinha.
spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting
Vai ser numa cena agora.
But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me
Ela
off
falou
to
assim,
one
é
of
isso
the
que você
high
queria me
houses
mostrar?
instead of saving me for the ducal line.
A Clive fala, não,
No
é
one
isso.
thought to
Daí ele
ask
dá
me
um
what I
Tiger Pant
wanted.
Kick nela.
I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone.
É isso.
You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling.
Não, não são as margarinas. Tome. Ela fez uma coroa de margarida.
Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I
Nem no
slipped
300
away from
zoeira
my
lá que o Leônidas
goddess
dá um
to climb
Firebird
the
no filho
tall.
dele. É.
And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is...
Acho que a coroa é um souvenir pro mural.
Don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then... that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Thumbnail, hein?
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
É, vai pro quarto.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything.
Desenha ele dando
It's
Tiger Pant
exactly
Kick
what I
nela.
needed. You are my treasure.
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
Ah.
You're right. There's still much to do.
And we'll do it together.
Eu que sou o patrão, eu que mando. Entendeu? Os outros vai ficar pensando onde a gente tá. A gente tem que dar satisfação pros outros. Eu ganhei a grinalda e ganhei o alento do gelo. Diminui o tempo de recarga do pó de diamante em 7,5 segundos. Ok. Cooperando com Jill. Jill entrou para o grupo de Clive e permanecerá com ele até a partida para a origem. Fico imaginando se eu não fizesse essas missões secundárias, eu ia partir sozinho, né? Ou, tipo... Não, com certeza eles estariam lá, né? Mas, tipo... Deles me acompanhar na jornada, assim, não teria, né? É bom que eles vão comigo. Voltar pro esconderijo. Temos mais, temos mais. No quarto. Aqui, ó. Então a gente tem mais um, ó. Mostrando então a grinalda das margaridas da névea. Uma coroa cheirosa feita à mão por Jill com flores colhidas às margens da baía de Olafist. A grinalda reacende memórias de uma época mais inocente e fala de um amor que nunca enfraquecerá. Temos aí o melhor presente. Parece que foi há uma eternidade, realmente foi. Aquela tarde na colina de Caramba, acabou de acontecer. Literalmente. Foi a nossa primeira aventura, mas mesmo naquele momento, eu já sabia que não seria a última. Nunca vou me esquecer daquele dia e o simples fato de que você também não esquecerá. Enche meu coração com uma alegria forte demais para ser descrita. Desde o momento em que nos conhecemos, você sempre foi uma parte importante de mim, a metade que me completa. Nos momentos mais sombrios, você é minha luz. Quando me perco, você é minha estrela guia. Era de você mesmo que eu precisava. Você é tudo que eu preciso. É o meu melhor presente. Eu acho que ela tá falando, né, tipo, dos tempos passados, né? Com certeza, não essa visita que a gente fez agora. Recepção do esconderijo. É uma carta do Gav. Eda parece estar contente com a chocobo prateada que demos a ela, tanto que começou a colocá-lo em seu colo enquanto ela dorme. Ela diz que o malandro dá uns belos chutes como ela. Parece que temos outro guerreiro entre nós e já não era sem tempo. Mal posso esperar para ensinar o nosso novo rompe maldição tudo que eu sei. Mas acho que todos nós podemos comemorar antes e não precisamos apressar as coisas. Esse cara parece o Rodrigo falando. Reparações. Mestre Clive, sei que há coisas mais importantes que requerem a sua atenção, mas se tiver um momento, peço que venha me visitar na biblioteca para que eu peça um favor a respeito de Sua Alteza o Príncipe Dion. Aceitar o chamado de Harpócrates? Sim. Yes.
It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. I wonder what this is about.
Priorizar a missão. Um conto de caudas. Vamos lá. Oh, caramba, dei 360 graus aqui. Caramba, não vem bicho ranqueado novo? Os dois últimos devem ser bravos pra caramba. Só que são ranquear. Fala, bom senhor.
Lawsman Harpocrates, I received your note.
Ah, yes. I expect you're wondering what this is all about.
Não. Eu só vim aqui dizer bom dia.
Amends with Dion, but I can't imagine what for.
Then I should begin by telling you that I was once his tutor. This was some years ago, of course, before I joined Sid in his hideaway. At that time, I was counted among the foremost scholars of Oriflamme, and was accordingly invited to the palace to supervise the young prince's education, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, everything an emperor should. History, religion, commerce, government. Alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the Dragoons. His study is no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again, least of all here.
Have you spoken with him?
No, I have yet to find the right moment. His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone. I would not wish to disturb his ruminations with idle words of greeting. Not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing. Surely you can't blame yourself.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, but his people's expectations that weighed heavily upon him. And I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it alone, until the day he could not bear it any longer. It is one of my greatest regrets that I only ever offered him my wisdom, when what he truly needed was friendship. The blame for Dion's transgressions lies not only on his shoulders, but on mine.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way that I can.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tail. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is to be granted inner solace. Fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found where even the most outlandish opinions align.
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower? And how will I know it?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tails before, I trust. The lily-white blossoms from whose roots the poisonous ink for the brand is distilled.
Também é procurar uma flor.
Those which grow in the wild differ only in their purple hue. The harsher the environment in which they are raised, the deeper the color. There is a waterfall in Rickmal's roost across the strait, where the flowers once grew in abundance. Whether they still survive there, I know not. But try as I might, I can find no likelier location.
It's all right. I'll find you a wyvern tail one way or another.
Thank you, Clive. And please,
Beleza.
Be safe.
Vamos falar com ele só para ver a questão de
Good morrow
aventuras.
to you, my friend. I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. If you have a question for me,
Interessante.
I should be happy to answer it.
Atualizações sobre o Última, Origem. O bestiário. A gente completou todos. Disposição geográfica falta um, talvez, só. Ó, isso aqui. Vai saber, né? Personagens foram todos? É que a gente conheceu personagens novos, né? Foram todos, conhecemos todos os personagens do jogo.
Did you learn everything you needed?
Tá. Galera, é o seguinte. Eu achei que a gente tava terminando, como eu disse no começo da live, né? Mas a gente, apesar de ser reta final, provavelmente se a gente fosse pra origem lá desde o começo, sem fazer essas missões secundárias aqui, a gente estaria perdendo muita coisa. A gente precisa fazer tudo, tá? Mas eu acredito que essa live tá de bom tamanho, né? Nós temos quantas missões para fazer? A gente tem uma, né? Que fica ali, que é na masmorra da Mid. Terminar essa missão que a gente tá. 2, 3, 4. E aí a gente termina as missões secundárias, tá? E aí a gente vai de fato aqui pra origem, ó. Dá uma olhada aqui, ó. Então, eu acredito que a gente vai estar fazendo isso aí no sábado, tá? Sábado, 11h30 da noite, né? Nosso encontro marcado aí para continuar, né? Final Fantasy XVI. Maravilha? Então, sábado a gente vai terminar Final Fantasy XVI e a gente vai estar jogando aí continuação do Hades, tá? Espero que vocês tenham gostado da nossa live. Vamos ver o que o Javo está falando. Ô louco, mata os bichos aí. Que bicho não tem? Se você for ver aqui, ó. Não liberou o quadro ainda. Falta 2. Só que não liberou ainda pra mim. Beleza? Beleza, então. Espero que vocês tenham gostado da nossa live. E foi isso, galera. Muito obrigado pela presença aí, Jabes, o Neto também, né? E todo mundo que passou, né? Passou aqui pela live, assim, para assistir pelo menos um pedacinho. Beleza? Então é isso. Eu vou ficando por aqui. E até mais.